cherish our country's founding principles. I'm honored to be able to talk with you and take part in showing the big government supporters that our demands of life, liberty, and prosperity aren't going anywhere. We were blessed by our Creator with these rights, but as long as we have socialists and big government types plundering us, we will only continue to fight to restore sanity to our government. Danny and I have fought in the trenches alongside you in the past. Well, we're stepping up our game and we're moving forward. The passion that drives all of us here today will help create victories for small government conservatives in 2012 and beyond at all levels of government. Now that is something that I'm truly looking forward to seeing. Sounds like you are too. Today we will all take a stand for our families, our friends, and our futures by showing support of these principles of limited government. I have always believed that ideas are more powerful than any standing army. And there is no stronger idea than that of individual liberty. Thank you and God bless.
Isn't my wife wonderful? You know, she's been out here helping me campaign through the 3 campaigns I've had and put more blood, sweat, and tears into running for office than anybody in the state has done, and she has nothing but support me to show for it, so I appreciate it. Today is a day the federal government takes our hard-earned tax dollars. It's also the day we should scrutinize what they do with it. Do you believe that your tax dollars should go to fund the education, welfare, and health care for people that are in the country here illegally? No! Hey, I understand why people want to come to America. They're having a tough time in their homeland. They want a better future for their family and their children. But we have people here in America that are struggling, that want to have a better future for their family. And we need to take care of Americans first. Should we demand a moral accountability and responsibility? After all, it's our tax dollars. Do you believe that our tax dollars should be used to fund a government takeover of our healthcare system? No! And I, for one, want to have the ability to pick and choose what doctors and what health insurance my family and I use. I don't want my tax dollars going back to Washington, D.C., creating more government agencies, telling me how to make those decisions, or worse yet, telling me I have to buy health insurance if I don't want to. Shouldn't we demand a moral accountability and responsibility? After all, it's our tax dollars. Do you believe that our tax dollars should go to fund the Department of Education? Each year we send tens of millions of dollars a year back to Washington, D.C., so some bureaucrats back there can come back and tell us here in Nevada how we should educate our children. The Department of Education is failing our children. Leave the money here so we know what's best. Shouldn't we demand a moral accountability and responsibility? After all, it's our tax dollars. Do you believe that our tax dollars should be used to fund 120 military bases around the world so the United States can be the world's police force? We all agree that America has to have a strong and powerful military, but that military should be used to protect America and Americans, not the rest of the world. Shouldn't we demand a moral accountability and responsibility? After all, it's our tax dollars. Do you believe that our tax dollars should go to provide a $20 billion a year tax credit for big oil companies? These big oil companies that each quarter are reporting record earnings, while at the same time our gas prices are shooting up to over $4 a gallon? You know, just the other day I went to the gas station. I was taking my kids up to the mountains. I went to the gas station to fill up my Dodge Caravan. And it cost almost $100 to fill up my gas tank. We can't afford that. Hey, I got 5 children. You tell me a smaller car to put it in. 4 children or what? That's 5. Shouldn't we demand a moral accountability and responsibility? Do you believe that our tax dollars should be used to provide $2 billion in pay increases for federal employees? While the rest of the private sector of America is struggling to find a job, to put food on the table for their families, we're taking our tax dollars and providing pay raises to federal employees. Shouldn't we demand a moral accountability and responsibility? After all, it's our tax dollars. Do you believe that our tax dollars should be used to fund all these ridiculous pork projects? The bridge to nowhere, the Turtle Tunnel in Florida, or how about the most recent one? $3 million for Viagra for people that are on Medicare. You know, we would do better by providing Congress Viagra. Maybe they would stay home more and not spend our money. You know, if you can believe this, even after these past elections and this movement that we see here today, this past Congress introduced over 40,000 new earmarks, totaling over $2.1 billion. I'm sorry, $143 billion. Shouldn't we demand a moral accountability and responsibility? After all, it's our tax dollars. You know, Thomas Jefferson once said, "A government big enough to supply you with everything you need is big enough to take away everything we have." Weren't our forefathers, did they have great foresight? They were great. Hey, I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity, my wife an opportunity to speak here today. Thank you guys for coming on out today on a Friday afternoon. It shows that our representative republic works, that people care about the future of America, about our children. God bless you and thank you for having us.
Okay, wait, Danny, come here. Picture, photo op.